Hi, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 things men notice while kissing you that women never realize. Hi ladies, Matt Shaffer, your empowerment, connection, and relationship coach here, and I'm a former attorney who's committed his life to supporting you and having the sort of fun, fulfilling, dynamic connections and relationships with men that you are so worthy of. And I'm really looking forward to this video. We're going to be diving into 5 sexy, subtle things that men are noticing while they're kissing you that are either going to turn us on and make us lean in and want more, or they can potentially cause us to shut down completely. So these are really important, and we're going to get into them in just a second. But before we do, be sure to take a second, hit that little subscribe button, and you're definitely going to want to click the link up at the top of this video and down in the pinned comment, because we have just started an amazing free live relationship course called Mastery of Connection. And this is a 3-week journey to help you transform your relationships with men and everyone else in your life from the inside out. We're going to be diving into your belief system, your attachment style, and your personality type with over 15 video lessons and over 50 hours of live coaching with me. So if you want to become irresistible to great high quality men and have better relationships in every area of your life, be sure to click that link. We've just started the course and there's a ton of value for you there. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the video. So the first thing I want you to understand is that a kiss is not just a lip lock. It is a conversation. It is a subconscious chemistry test. And a man is going to be noticing subtle things about the way you're showing up and what you're doing during kissing to evaluate if there's physical chemistry between the two of you. And then even beyond that, if there's potentially emotional chemistry between the two of you. Like, I can tell you, when I first kissed my wife, I immediately knew I had physical chemistry with her, and I knew very soon after that that we had deep emotional chemistry as well. This all took place over the course of the first 5 to 10 minutes of us making out, which, by the way, was done on a friend hangout. We had no plans, at least I had no plans on it being a romantic date, but it ended up going there. So I'm speaking from personal experience on this, and we're gonna dive into these 5 things men notice that are going to instruct how he feels about you and often the type of relationship or the way he wants to move with you going forward. And be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video where I'm gonna be sharing a special bonus thing men notice that I guarantee you have never heard before, and it's gonna make a huge difference. So the first thing men notice might be the most important one of all, and it's how present you are. Because one of the greatest things that a man is craving from a woman is a shared experience that draws him into the present moment. And so when you are kissing him, are you fully there with him? Is your body melted into him? Are you relaxed? Are you responding to him in real time, right? If you're operating in a very present, connected way with him in the kiss, he's gonna feel that. And he's also gonna feel if there isn't that, right? So if you are being very mechanical, if it feels like you're not really responding to what he's doing, or there's like a big delay, he can tell that you're like thinking about your grocery list or like where you gotta go afterwards, or if you're just kissing him just because you feel like he wants to, but you're doing it from a sense of obligation. You know that feeling? I've had that feeling before, right? On a date that maybe wasn't going well. And that's not a good feeling. Like, men don't like that. And so if you really want to activate a man, recognize he's noticing if you're present or not, right? Are your eyes open in like a weird way? You know what I'm saying? Or are they closed? These are all things to think about, right? Because the more present you are, the more you're gonna draw him into the present moment, and the more he's gonna be able to lose himself in the experience of kissing you, which, trust me, is exactly what he wants. And a pro tip for this one is to remember, we're not kissing your mouth, we're feeling your energy. So when you go to kiss him, close your eyes, breathe, just drop into your body and get out of your head about it. We're gonna feel that shift in your energy, and it's really gonna turn us on. Now, the second thing men notice during kissing is super underappreciated, but really powerful, and it's the way you use your hands. And the question I want you to ask yourself here is, are you using them actively or are you using them passively? And what do you think that feels like for us energetically, right? Because if you are using your hands actively, if you are running your hands down his chest, if you're putting your nails, if you're pulling his hair, using your hands, your nails on the back of his neck, you're actively using your hands to demonstrate your desire and your enthusiasm for the makeout, for the kissing that you're doing with him, he is going to love that. That's going to be really empowering and activating for him, and it's going to make him want more of you. But I think about the other side of it, right? Well, you act like you don't know what to do with your hands, right? You put your hands down by your side. They're just sort of passive, and he's just kind of kissing a limp noodle type of experience, right? It's a little weird.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold them down by your side. Yeah, great.
You don't feel that, as a man, you don't feel that sense of enthusiasm. You don't feel that sense of like, oh, she's really into this. You feel kind of more like she's just tolerating it. So even if you don't know what to do with your hands, just put them on him, right? A pro tip for this is you don't have to know exactly what you're doing, but anything you're doing that's pulling him in is something he's really gonna like. So don't be afraid to like pull his head in, pull his hair, to put your hands on his back or on his arms and just pull him towards you. That's going to subconsciously communicate desire to him, and he's really gonna love that because he's gonna feel very wanted. Now, number 3 is subtle but very sexy, and it's your breathing. Specifically, men are noticing how is your breathing affected by the kiss, because we know at the instinctual level that the way you are breathing during a kiss is an arousal indicator, right? It's letting us know if you're turned on or not, because you're not going to be telling us, oh yeah, this kiss is great, I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, boy.
So we're looking for nonverbal cues to figure out, are we doing this right or not? Is she enjoying this or not? So if we notice your breath is deepening, or maybe you're letting out a little sigh and your breath is fluttering a little bit, things like that are indicating, oh man, I'm doing a good job. She's really into this, right? Whereas if your breathing stays completely normal the whole time, or it feels sort of just like robotic, nothing's changing, or it gets shallow, like you're kind of nervous or like you're holding your breath, we're gonna start to feel, oh my gosh, like we're not doing this right. She's not into this. What's wrong? So do you see, if you really wanna make a guy turned on and activated while you're kissing him, give yourself permission to breathe in an authentic, sort of flowy way. Maybe match your breath with his. That's a good pro tip for this one, right? Don't be afraid to be your authentic self in the way you breathe, and be fully expressive, and he is going to love it. Now, number 4 is absolutely critical to building a deep connection with a man during kissing. And what we're noticing here is how you're matching our energy or you're not. And what men are noticing here is, are you meeting our level of intensity, or is there a disconnect, right? Because the concept here is that kissing, it's like a conversation. It's like dancing. In order for it to work, both parties have to be at the same level and moving with each other, right? If someone is trying to talk to you in a normal voice and you're just screaming at them, they're gonna be like, what's going on, right? Well, kissing is the same way, right? So you wanna be tuned into the energy that he's bringing to kissing, right? And so if he slows things down, do you slow down with him? If he gets really more intense and dominant, do you meet him with that same level of passion, right? If you respond to him and you keep moving with him energetically and emotionally in the way that he's kissing you, he's gonna be like, oh, she's right here with me. She's enjoying the way I'm leading this, right? Because it's like a dance, right? He's leading and you're following a little bit, and then maybe you take the lead, you escalate, and then you see if he follows and meets you at that level of intensity. It's okay to play with these dynamics, but you want to stay with your partner energetically and in terms of intensity when kissing. I hope that makes sense. Now, the difference here is responsive kissing creates chemistry. It creates depth of connection. It deepens the experience the two of you are sharing. Whereas unresponsive kissing, where he's trying to lead and do something and then you don't meet him there, like say he intensifies the kiss and then you're like, you pull back, or you're not into it, or he starts rushing and you try to slow him down and you're just not on the same page, it creates disconnect, and it actually can create like anxiety and sort of like uncertainty and a lack of confidence on the part of the man. So the best way to approach this is to ask yourself, okay, where is he going with this kiss, and can I follow him and meet him there? And can we flow together like a dance? When you do that, you're gonna have an amazing makeout. Now, the 5th thing men notice while kissing might be the biggest chemistry activator on the entire list, and it's whether you're letting us see your desire. Because what men are noticing here is whether or not you're giving yourself permission to show us how turned on the kiss is making you. And this is the difference between you making eye contact with him and letting him see how attracted you are to him. You're moaning, you touching him, you responding to him, all these little micro expressions that are basically you letting him know sort of in indirect ways that what he is doing feels really good to you, versus you being sort of stiff, reserved, not being willing to make eye contact, suppressed. Do you see the difference energetically of what we're experiencing in either ways, right? If you give yourself permission to fully express, you're showing, hey, I'm confident in who I am in my expression, and I'm not afraid or shy to tell you that I am liking what you're doing and I want you to do more of it. It is an energetic and emotional invitation for him to lean in, for him to give you more, and it's going to activate him to step deeper into his masculine, and it's going to increase the polarity and chemistry between the two of you in the experience. I can tell you from personal experience here, it is one of the most powerful and important things you can do to a man is let him know, hey, I like what you're doing. Give me more, right? Because I promise, as I said earlier, we are not mind readers. We do not know. And we're going to assume if you're kind of stiff, if you're being super reserved, if you're holding back a lot, we're going to assume that you just don't really like what we're doing. And it's going to make us retract and probably stop kissing you. So the pro tip here is don't be performative. Don't go over the top if it's not real, because if you're inauthentic, we're going to notice that too. But if you're feeling good, if it's feeling good, let him know. Don't be afraid to show it, because the more you like it and you let him know, the more he's going to be doing that thing that you like, and the better your kissing is going to get. Now it's time for that special bonus thing men notice that I guarantee you you've never heard before on a video, and that's this: how you transition out of the kiss. So this is, what is your energy and how do you respond right after he kisses you? Do you linger? Do you lean in? Do you stay close? Do you make eye contact with him? Do you smile, right? Or do you pull back? Do you disconnect? Do you shut down a little bit, right? The way that you respond energetically after a kiss is a huge indicator for us of, did we do a good job or not? Did you want that or not, right? We didn't know, we don't necessarily know, right? So you want to be super conscious of the energy in the transition out of the kiss. And if you really want to turn him on, if you want to encourage him to kiss you again, if you want him to keep leaning in, stay close, linger. Let him know just through the way you're showing up that you enjoyed it and you're not trying to pull away, you're not trying to disconnect. You want to stay in that moment, in that experience with him. I hope that makes sense. For those 2 to 3 seconds after the kiss, treat him as though you've really enjoyed this and you want more, and he'll probably lean in for another kiss. So there you go, 5 important things men are noticing while kissing you that most women never realize. And I hope you can see the pattern in what I just shared with you, right? These are all based around presence, passion, responsiveness, authenticity. It's not about techniques. It's not about tactics. It's not about do this with your mouth and do this with your tongue. Men are much less concerned with the technical aspects of kissing as we are just around your enthusiasm, your desire. Like, we just want to have an experience with you, you know, and as long as you're into it and you're enjoying it and you're passionate and you're demonstrating that you want more of it with us, we are for the most part going to be happy as clams. Okay, so get out of your head around all the technical aspects of kissing. Give yourself permission to just enjoy it, and I promise it's going to go much better for you. So get out there, use these in your relationships, and let me know how it's going in the comments. And if you want to learn how to create even more of this magnetic chemistry with the men in your life, be sure to come along with us into Mastery of Connection. We have just started our amazing 3-week live love course, and I'm going to be giving you lots of great practical coaching on how to be irresistibly magnetic, both emotionally, energetically, and physically with the men that you are dating or in relationship with. You do not want to miss this course. Again, it is absolutely free, a $2,000 value, free for you as a member of my community. So be sure to click that link down in the pinned comment or up above here, and I look forward to seeing you there. And be sure to stay tuned to this next video where I'm going to be sharing with you 9 things men notice during sex that women have no idea about almost always. These are really going to be valuable, I guarantee it. So enjoy that video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye. Now, the one principle I want you to remember as we go through these 9 things that men notice is that men are actually a lot more present and tuned in during sex than I think women a lot of times give them credit for.